To be fair, there was still a little bit wasteful, Richard. A game they should have put to bed.
Oh, late on, absolutely.
Yeah, on two or three occasions, and they didn't. That will annoy Guardiola that they didn't do that.
So that takes City into 5th, with, as Jim Proudfoot was saying, a game in hand. That's after most have caught up today, of course. This being match day 14. Offered for the stuttering form was favouritism for Willian by Arteta, and back in he comes again.
Yeah, he's left him out one game. It would have been interesting if Aubameyang had made the trip, whether he would have brought him back in for Nketiah or Pepe. Interesting one, that. But no, he has been for 10, 11 games. He was very loyal to Willian. A lot of money. I say a lot of money. Of course, it cost them nothing, but a lot of money wages-wise. I think over 200,000 per week. They're saying at 32 years of age is a massive salary.
Broke COVID regulations early in the season. Still got himself back involved fairly quickly. Others apparently have raised an eyebrow about that. Let's put it in those terms. Okay. So 1-0 Manchester City today. Raheem Sterling the scorer. Let alone a good result for City. This will do him a power of good. He's
Raheem's
not been as good as it was.
This is only his 4th league goal of the season, Richard. So it begins in a very unlike City way. The goalkeeper just thumps it 80 metres down the pitch. But when they pick it up from there, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Raheem Sterling all combine beautifully and quickly to create the chance and take the chance. Once he's won that and Bernardo Silva takes it over, he's always going to keep running. This is a danger area. Back towards the penalty spot. Raheem Sterling, just keep your eye on Sterling. He might be threatened to keep running in here, but I'll put the brakes on. Go back out. There you go.
Clever movement.
Nice.
Very clever movement.
Nice.
Can you explain to me, please, what is handball?
Handball is something that fluctuates depending how VAR feel. Right? It was designed at the beginning of the season to be a handball for certain things. Then it changed. Then it changed again.
Right.
Now you're talking about Raheem Sterling?
I'm saying, why wasn't this?
Okay. My genuine interpretation of why Raheem Sterling wouldn't have been looked at, Richard, is that it comes off his thigh and hits his arm. You see everybody claim. You could see every Southampton player saw that, right? And I believe that when it comes off your body, but if you see his arm is well away from his body. Watch, look what his arm is.
And look who's waiting for it.
Bertrand, yeah?
Now, so you say that.
But yes, I know what you're going to say. Robin Koch, opening game of the season at Liverpool.
Yes.
But that's what, they changed it after that.
But I think they did say that Robin Koch's would still have been a penalty because his arm was in an unnatural position. Well, that for me...
That's further out the way than Robin Koch's arm.
Correct. So that's handball.
If he had that one of Robin Koch, his arm would be more down here when it hit him. So, as I say, what is handball? You've asked me.
For me, handball.
Yeah.
Particularly because that ball's coming here.
Coming back. I mean, that if they're judging it on Robin Koch, I was assuming that Robin Koch wouldn't be given now.
No, they've said that would still be.
Well, there you go then, because one arm's out there and one arm's down by his side.
So it's handball.
Well,
you see,
under those rules, it's handball. I said when it happened, I said no, because they've changed it. And you said, no, they haven't.
But Kyle Walker-Peters, and this is why Hasenhüttl was furious, is pulled up for this. Now, it's not significant, but I think the frustration is, well, tell me what is then and what isn't.
Because that didn't hit his body. There you go. And that, where he points to there, I've seen penalties given for that.
So have I. Look.
Oh, that's too high up.
I think it hits here.
That's too high up. Yeah, but referee gave that because it's a free kick.
But that's why I think Hasenhüttl just went, really?
I know. No, I mean, and if that had been the beginning of the season, you asked me, I would be saying that's a penalty. But then again, now we've tried to debate what is a penalty and what isn't.
So, into the Championship.
Oh, it's mad.
Diaz today were perfect. So once Raheem's goals start coming in more, and Aguero and Jesus and all those types of players, Mahrez is still their top scorer. You know, that's not really typical for Man City. So Pep's team's playing different. But you know what? I'm not good and bad against Pep. He's too good to do that.
Talk us through the City goal, Michael, which emanated from the goalkeeper.
It did, yeah. Quite untypical of City. They're obviously playing against a high press, so it was a long ball forward, but then they pick up the second ball really well. And then I think overlaps were a feature of today. Sometimes they were playing them in and sometimes they weren't, but it was a brilliant pick out. A great overlap in the initial part. This is what they would normally do. They would normally play out, then play to the fullback. You see John Stones throwing his arms up. Why aren't you passing it to me? But I think with it being Southampton, with them having a high press, I think they've just decided to go long occasionally as well, beat that press, and then this is definitely a pick out. Sometimes when you're crossing a ball, you just go for areas, especially when you're a bit wider, but when you're cutting the ball back, and especially with this man that's on the ball, there's no doubt about it, he's lifting his head, he's looking there, he's picked him out. Great run from Torres to the near post, clears the path for Sterling just to stay around the edge of the box, around the penalty box, that's penalty spot, and then keeps it down and hits it well.
Wasn't the cleanest of strike though, was it?
But that's good.
That's done it.
It's good. If you catch that clean when it's bouncing at you, it goes high. If you hit it right in the middle of the ball when the ball's coming up and quick, it will go high. So you've just got to be careful and almost try to smother the finish.
Interestingly, Raheem Sterling played a part in a possible Southampton penalty shout. Owen, what do you think?
Yeah, I think any of us that have played, we're not a fan of these, because the ball comes so quick, skids off the deck, the turf is wet, comes off his knee and then just hits his elbow. Referee's right on top of it. I think it would have been harsh. I don't think that's penalty.
Michael?
Yeah, I think a lot of people know my view on handballs. They're getting given far too frequently. I don't think that's a penalty either.
Yeah. City up to 5th, 8 points off Liverpool. They needed that, didn't they? And they've got a game in hand, which, I suppose could obviously work in their favour should they win it.
If they win that game in hand, they go second.
Yeah.
So they're quietly, everybody's quietly still in the mix, aren't they? Man United is still in there, Man City are in there. But Liverpool set the marker down today, what the level needs to be. The champions played like champions today.
Yeah.
But City are right there with an improved defence.
For Southampton, what do they do from here?
Well, they're doing well, aren't they? They're still a very good team that will pick up more and more points this season. They've had a great start. There's no shame at all getting beat by City today, and they give them a really good game. So keep playing like that, they'll be fine. But from City's point of view, they simply had to win that today. If they got beat today, you'd start to question whether they could catch Liverpool. I know it's early days, but there was such a gap, they had to win.
Great stuff. That's it from us. Thanks to Michael and to Owen. Always sounds a little strange when I say that. We've got 2 games still coming.